Alright guys, I promised you this Petal Pup haul and I'm excited to share it with you, but I have a lot of mixed feelings. I've had a lot of very initial reservations. It's why it's taken me a couple of extra days to film this. We're gonna get into it. There's a lot happening. So there's some pieces I love, some things that I still need to try on that we're gonna do first impressions on camera with, and some that I just feel like are gonna take some finesse to figure out how to style. So let me start with the piece that I really love, and we can kind of work from there, and hopefully we will find some things that we both really enjoy and love with today's haul. So let's get into it. I actually like this one. All right, so the first thing that I feel like was the kind of the selling point for what I wanted to do today is this really puffy jacket. So this is her in all her glory. You can kind of see the length in the mirror over here, and I feel like the way that it's styled on the website is really wide. I've actually tied it in the back. That is not a final tie, but it was kind of what I envisioned. It's lightweight, which is great. This is definitely something that if you live in the southern states like I do, it would be a nice like jacket for that. Or if you just want like a nice slightly lighter layer. It's not like too heavy and thick, even though it looks really puffy. I really like it. I don't actually think I would wear it with this tie at all, because even though it's tied in the back right now, it's just so thick. I think I would actually do some other kind of ribbon or something in the back to tie it together to make it really work. But it's just like a good length. So I'm wearing straight leg jeans, so you can kind of see that. I feel like it hits right at mid calf-ish going on. And it does have a little bit of cut into it. It's not anywhere that it's like too big or too crazy. It feels like it fits just right, and it's just something that's like kind of cozy there. I don't know. I really like it. I do feel like you kind of need to have it a little bit out, a little bit like just kind of styling whatever you've got going on. But I wasn't expecting to love this as much as I do, and I really kind of enjoy it. I mean, there's not much you can do with jackets. I do feel like if you tie this right in the back, it'll really still kind of carry the shape a little bit. But I love that it's just, especially for where I live, it's the right amount of thickness, and it's not gonna be like too hot. It's that like medium level, and it's really casual. So it's also a great fabric for travel. There's a natural crinkle to it, but that means like if you needed to like fold it up and kind of, you know, use it as a pillow or wanted something comfy when you were traveling, this would work really great, and it would still wear really well whenever you landed. Now I did get this crop jacket in black and white, and it has feather detailing on it, but it's actually not like intense feather detailing. Like it's quite thin. It's just the edge around it that has it. I really like the satiny look when it's kind of folded with how they were styling it on the website. Although the collar is quite large for it, so it's definitely something that if you're wearing it, you want to be mindful to like double check that you're seaming the little bits, because it's not something that's going to be tucked so easily in. I do feel like this is a little tight in the arms for me. So if you wanted to wear something under it, it wouldn't necessarily be the vibe. I really like this. This was definitely something that like I wanted to have the option of just more cropped, more shorter jackets. My one caveat with this is there's almost too much fabric in it for me. I think I would personally have to get this tailored, just because this sits really nice. This looks really great. There's just too much extra paneling going on in here for the way that it suits me, that I would want to take some of that out a little bit. So this is great. The cut is great. I feel like I would definitely get a lot of use out of this, especially with like straight leg jeans. With a lot of stuff, it adds a little bit of pizzazz, but there is definitely just a little bit too much fabric in certain places to make it look like it really fits and is feeling really chic. So this is a win for me. It's going to need some tweaking. Again, I like the white. I think I definitely like the black a little bit more. Not that I necessarily need to like pick either or. I feel like both would be great in my collection, but it's the same thing, and maybe you can see it a little bit more here. There's just too much extra fabric for the way that I feel like I want it to fit my body. I feel like the fit's great in all of the other places. I just really, the extra fabric on it for me makes it just feel not quite as like put together. Again, that is my biggest thing with this. I love it otherwise. I really like the cut of it. This is definitely something that I need more of in my collection, is this like slightly waist level crop style. I just want like a good panel taken out of this jacket. I have to say there are some of these pieces that I feel like the way they look on the website is not the same as they feel in person. I really like the casualness of this. It's just got that comfy vibe, but some of this stuff looks a bit smaller, tighter, shorter. I'm not really 100% sure. Okay, so I always have mixed feelings about sweaters, especially on my body and for how I style things. You guys know that I tend to style more of a feminine look for myself just because I have hourglass figure and I feel like that plays to my favor. These might not be the best jeans for me to do this with because I'm wearing straight leg denim, but I do like the vibe of this sweater. So I think for me, it would be figuring out how to play with it. Like, I like the look of it. I tend to just need to fuss with sweaters a little bit to get them to fit exactly how I want them to and kind of fit the vibe for me. So I, again, would not style them with these jeans just because there's naturally more of a boxy fit with a straight cut jean, but I do really like the sweater. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. It's definitely not super itchy because the like inner 5-year-old me who wore way too many inner itchy Easter dresses as a kid cannot stand that vibe, but I do like it. It is really comfy. And the continuation of mixed feelings. This top. So this is not how it's supposed to be styled. I actually rolled it in a little bit and I kind of like it sitting on the edge of my shoulder a smidge more because I feel like that just offers something. But I looked at the website again this morning because this was a sweater that like set me off yesterday and being like, I don't know if I want to style things. And first off, this like sleeve situation, I don't necessarily hate it. I would have to be mindful about where I was going and what I was doing with it because I feel like I would get my sleeves in everything. And I like it now that it's tucked in. On its own, this is not something that I think I would wear with a lot of different things because of the fact that it's actually a lot longer on me than it is on whoever was modeling it. And I'm like 5'3"3/4 and it looked like it was normal size on her, and it comes quite down to here for me. So, and my belly button's like what, right here? So it feels quite long. I like it a little bit more tucked in on camera. It looks mostly okay. I think I could pair this with some shoes and make it work and it would be great. But I think the best way that this works on me is to tuck and pull it out and to just really kind of have like an open collar moment and let that be the vibe. Because otherwise, the way this fabric works, there's not a lot of, it's just really thick, firstly. And it kind of bunches and gathers in weird ways. Like, I don't know, it's stretchy, it's comfortable. There are a lot of things I love about this. I think this is one of those that like the way that it cuts out is going to be very, it's going to cancel a lot of people out. You might not like it, but I feel like if you like a boxy cut, this might be the vibe for you. I might need a different size, but at the same time, I don't know that I would want to change sizes. Like I said, I kind of really love this cut that we accidentally have going on with it. Like, I'm not mad about it. Like, you can see back here that this is supposed to cut differently, but I'm also just going to work with it and like make it a whole vibe. So I am sold on this, but I'm sold on this for the reasons that I love it and probably not the reasons or the way that this was intended to be styled originally. All right, so before I put this one on, I pulled it out and I was like, wait a second, I don't understand what's happening. So the back goes there and the collar comes up front. So there's like an open gap backing. So there's a few of these that you just need to be mindful with the bra, but it also just, this one and the black one, when you initially pull them out, they just look a bit small. So if you don't like things to cling and you just love a little bit of a hangy moment, and these are not going to be the vibe for you. But let's see if I can do this without smearing makeup all over everything. Not as clingy as I thought it would be. I'm loving a shoulder moment right now. This absolutely needs to be tucked into whatever's happening. All right, so I feel like I like it a little bit more tucked in. I will say this is one of those things that, and I'm normally not so much like a person that cares, but like my arms aren't necessarily my favorite part of my body. I honestly don't tend to notice them as much. I kind of like just tend to go with it. But if you're like super insecure about your arms, this is kind of making me a little bit more insecure about them. I don't know what it is, but the way that things are clinging is just, I feel like maybe this design and the way it cuts, it just makes everything look a little bit wider, a little bit thicker, a little bit, kind of feel like the Hulk right now. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on this one because it's just, there are things that it's giving, there are things that it's not. There are things about it where I'm just like, sometimes it's my body and I just need to like take a second and be like, okay, and sometimes it's literally the cut of something and I'm just like, that's not the vibe. I really don't know. I thought that there might be too much fabric here and that would bug me. I also, we're having mixed feelings with some of the stuff, but I will say this is nice because it's not as thick as some of the other stuff, so I would get a little bit more wear out of it, considering, you know, it is December 5th and it is 72 degrees outside today, so heavens knows that I need fashionable but not necessarily super hot fall winter clothes. And last but not least, we have the crop. Now if you saw Vlogmas Day 1, you know I've already worn this, so we're keeping it. I do have mixed feelings about it though. It's almost a little bit, sorry, there's hair in my mouth, a little bit too cropped. I really like something that hits right here, which is probably not exactly where most people think, but I feel like kind of where the jackets are is my ideal for crop. Now I don't hate this, I have, like, again, mixed feelings about it. I do feel like the way that it is cropped, it does kind of hang out on the side, so you're really getting to like draw the snatch in, I feel like sometimes if you throw a structured blazer over top and you really have the structured shoulders in it, it helps to give you that like even more cut waist. You can kind of see because it naturally goes out and then comes in. I'm having a little hard time keeping this on my shoulders just because everything's so silky and smooth moving right now. But this is definitely not for everybody. I enjoy it. I don't know if I would buy it again. I think I'll have fun with it, but it's gonna be those like I have to be really in a specific mood for it. It's not something that I feel like I'm gonna want to wear all the time, but it does definitely work as a vibe. She's fun, but I do like it a little bit more with the like shoulderness to it to really cut in all of the things and make sure that I'm shaping my body the way I want to do, you know, if that would stay on while I'm trying to talk and do things. All right, guys, there we have it. So thank you for joining me for another Petal Pup haul. We'll leave links to everything in the description box below. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any more hauls over the next couple of weeks. I feel like I'm in the mood to kind of change my shopping habits now, but we'll keep that in mind. I also did mention in day 1 of Vlogmas that I would do like a styling my most difficult pieces. This might be one of them. I might have set myself up for that. So let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you've seen as a trend piece that you're just like, I feel like that's fun. I have no clue how to style that. I have platform heels kind of in mind, some metallic boots, maybe this crop sweater. If there's something specific, I'm going to do a little bit digging, but if you guys have any preferences, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to find some fun things, hopefully that we already have in our wardrobe, because I tend to shop a bit of an essential vibe, so we can make that work. But yeah, I hope you love this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you do, subscribe if you aren't already. I'm uploading every day this month until Christmas, and yeah, there's always more life, luxury, and style content floating around this channel. So I love you. It is a good day to have a good day, and I will see you all in my next video, which should be, we're doubling up. We're a day behind, so there's an extra one coming.